Alright. Finally live again for this season. Let me go ahead and get everything pulled up. I do apologize for... that was not the right page. I do apologize for not streaming recently. However, the server was kind of boring until a few days ago. There was not much fighting going on, and there was a lot of diplomacy going on. So, can't really stream diplomacy, obviously. Alright, should be good to go now. I need to figure out, is it worth sending a commander over here to hit bosses? It might be. Might be. I might not get one on this go round due to stamina, but I might get one in the morning when they respawn. Do I want resource boost? Maybe. Wish you could stream Diplo. Oh, what's up, Rex? Yeah. Streaming Diplo would probably not go over too well in general. I may need to put some Reapers on Arwen if I'm going to be hitting bosses. Or Sentinels or something. Something to let her do more than 61,000 damage. One more spot. I don't think I have range on that one with anybody. Probably not. Hopefully I can uproot this dude. Not sure if he's still active, but we'll try. Guess I'll go ahead and take that. Get some siege going. Actually have a good number of sentinels now. That's solid. Oh my goodness. My barracks is kind of a mess though. I'm going through a bit of a transition. That should work. We'll put the siege here. He was super active a minute ago. Well, like 10 minutes ago. So I'm gonna have to be a little bit careful with the actual siege hits. But maybe he's asleep by now. Guess we'll find out. Let's see, 200k. So if I do about that much on the second go around, I can withdraw him. Can withdraw him in a minute. I'm trying not to do more than 500,000. Well, not much more than 500,000 anyway. Alright, that works. It's like Clishan got number 5. Is this allowed? I don't think so. If I could type. Sheesh. Yeah, I don't think that guy has permission to be there. He's going for fell beasts. Ah. Be fine. I'll tell you the secret, Rex, if you want to know the secret. At least this is what works for me. I don't know if it's a secret. So in preparation for the bosses spawning, which is always 0 UTC and noon UTC, so 12 UTC. So I keep these ruins, like I took these, I don't even remember, pretty early on in the season. And so I figured, you know, hopefully we're not going to be sitting in Mordor for the entire season. Well, I left ruins behind. They don't take up a fort slot anyway. Don't pay for them, whatever. So I sent Éomer to that ruin, Gandalf to this ruin. Oh wait, Dwalin to that ruin apparently. And then I have Gandalf over here at this ruin. And since in those three places there's way less concentration of players, I mean especially here there's nobody anymore, it's usually way easier to actually get hits on bosses. And then I have one guy farm out of my base, which I think in this case was actually 2. Oh no, yeah, because I sent Éowyn to 1 and then I sent GTW to 1. Now I'm sending Radagast over here. So long story short, keep some forts or ruins around, and then when you know they're going to spawn, send your... I'm just going to park these commanders here all weekend and just hit the bosses. You do kind of have to keep an eye on it on the remote areas, because people won't always come clean them up, so you'll want to make sure they actually die. But it's also important just to be on like right when they spawn. That way you can go ahead and get the first hits in. So it works for me, so. Hello, Myth of Middle Earth. I don't think I've seen you here before, man. Boom. One boss down. Are there any more here? Probably not. These ones probably are gone. Wait, this has 1, 2, that's 4 lines. Is that in range? I'll be the 5th line, but I won't get there in time. I don't really want to send Gandalf the White. And I guess I can try. Maybe people will respect 5 lines. Probably not, but might get lucky. Yeah, it helps quite a bit. Being able to farm bosses. That's how I have like all the troops that I've been using. That's how I have them maxed out. And I really need to get a lot of gold this weekend, because I finally unlocked elves. So I need... I'll have all my elf buildings at 6. And I really need to finish off the Swan Knight skills and then pump the elf unit skills, so... Yeah, it should be fine. Oh my goodness, a draw with 9. Was this also? Oh, that was a pretty solid fight. That's not a bad Sunni by any means. Why do I have this little heart thing over here? How do I make it go away? I have like a weird heart in my chat. What are my thoughts on the current state of CAS versus UTTP? Alright, let's see if this guy is going to snipe my siege. We'll send the smallest siege deck in first. I've been thinking about, like, when I have plenty of commanders with stamina and I think a guy might be active, I've been considering sieging with like half siege stacks. I'm not trying to dodge the question, I'm just trying to figure out what I can say since I have access to... First of all, I don't know if I'm being lied to or not. So anything I do say would be with a grain of salt because it doesn't involve my team. And I have access to information that may or may not be public, I don't know. So I don't think it's a permanent pause to the fighting. I think that's fair to say. I think that they will fight again. I think. I think. I don't know. Maybe not. We'll find out. But I know that the kingdom up in Gundabad was being pretty annoying during the fighting. So, hey Jacob. So I think Chaos wanted to give them some time, give UTTP some time to go handle that, because it was like a stalemate for what, 2 full days or something, or close to 2 full days. And during that time, the Gunda Kingdom had taken Arid Mithrin, and they were, I think they already had UAV, but they were like all up in here farming stuff. And so in the middle of a massive war that was super close, UTTP's economy was getting hit pretty hard. And I think they were over here threatening the pass as well. So they're even threatening to come in and start taking... Like, if they had come in and taken their capital, I think that would have been disastrous, right? Because then they lose all, like, their territory bonuses and stuff. Although they have a second capital. I just don't know how that works. When you have 2 capitals. We are only at 186,000 on that one. Good times. Who are we allies with? We do not have any official allies. I'm sure people will call me a liar for saying that, but it's true. We do not. We have, I think this is fair to share. We have, Dino and us have a non-aggression pact, but it is not an official alliance. And then we also have a non-aggression pact with UTTP, since they wanted to go fight Chaos. So. Ooh, my boy Inertis is coming in. Oh. Wait, did somebody one-shot the boss? I don't think I got rewards for that one. I swear maybe he didn't even land, actually. No, he didn't land. I guess it just got dunked on, probably Chalupa. Can I see Fellowship reports of bosses? I don't think so. Chalupa probably dunked it with alchemists. So, oh, yep. Chalupa! Or whoever. I gotta warn Inertis. Inertis. Oh. No, Inertis, no. I'm gonna be too late. Maybe a second army. Inertis. Need to call him up on voice chat. No, he's gonna die. Rest in peace, Inertis. Actually, do I beat the Sunni? Maybe, probably. Although it's on his base, it might depend, at least in part, on how leveled up his stuff is. I think his arrow tower or whatever. Nope. Inertis died. Let me guess, he took his troops off? Oh wait, maybe Inertis actually got the siege hit in. Oh, that works. Whew. Close one. Oops. Now I have to decide. I think I do just go ahead and try to finish him off. I think I have stamina potions laying around. I'll need to time it though. I'll need to figure out how to time it. Yeah, he must have thought it was a hitter. 50 seconds, 133. I'm gonna need like 3 seconds maybe. I think 3 seconds. So I'm gonna, when he's at 53, I'm gonna need these guys to be at 53. He still might get me here, but some T1 dwarves and guards of the tower aren't necessarily the worst thing to lose. So send this guy when Hirgan is at 105, and then send GTW when they're at like 53, 52-ish. Maybe I'll do like 52. 5, 4, 3, boom. Alright, that shouldn't give him enough time, I don't think, to... How much is left on this guy? Quite a bit. I might actually get knocked off of this one. We'll see. Alright, am I gonna die? If he loads up 2 commanders, I could die. Because I think I could kill the Sunni, but then if he has Dune behind it, that could be bad. Maybe I should have given myself a couple more seconds. I'll try to click super quick. The game probably won't give me enough time though. Ooh. Oh, I didn't recall them both. Wait, I swear I was in a draw. Wait, what just happened? What? Wait, what? I have no idea what just happened. Okay, this was the old hit, and then this was saving in Nerdus. I didn't get a report. Okay. I see what happened, actually. Okay, I got confused. I saw the defeat on the one commander that got sniped, and I thought that it was my other commander getting sniped, when in reality I recalled him because for some reason I thought I was in a draw. Yeah, I think I got the Arwen draw notification, saw the draw pop up, and was like, oh crap. I think that's exactly what happened now that I'm thinking through it, yeah. And I think I panic recalled. Oh well. Oh, let's get the resources. Oh, I need to sweep all those too. Yeah, I really like this XP scrolls. I do have to say that. I like it a lot better than mocking. And then I'll have to pad to this guy. Oh, did he actually? He did. He did defend. There we go. Nice chunk of prestige. Might as well come through here. Who do I have that can take 150s? I guess my benched Faramir. Yeah. Dude, you should see during the day over here, because you know we have a ton of bases right here just in this general area, trying to find these dudes, because these guys drop 80k XP, 15k gold tips, and people just eat them up, like just eat them up. So I try to, like, right when the mobs spawn, try to send out like 7 sweeps. Let's see. I guess we'll do Arbalasts and some guards. That should be plenty for some 150s, and I'll need a Pather as well. I need to keep that on him. Alright, Thranduil, you're off the bench, bud. Yeah. Throw the dunes on him, shouldn't matter. Or... yeah, I'll come this way. I'm just handing out plane tickets. I guess so. Need the resources, man. I just like that you don't have to fully AFK a commander on a 300 power tile in order to level them. Something like that. I won the fight, but he probably won the resource trade. All things considered. Well, maybe. I lost 1,100, almost 1,200 half trolls, and then 800 swans. Swans are expensive. Who's this? Oh, that guy. I'm slowly working on my man Elrond over here. You want to fight my Elrond sometime, Mr. Rex? Oh, they're just expensive in resources, too. Yeah, training time, I probably lost that fight. Well, look at this crap. 13,000, 14,000 grain per command. And my wrist is really hurting for some reason. It's weird. Probably spending too much of my life on computers. I need to hire some more siege, though. Well, Elrond's a new project for me, so on this account. I need to... That's the boss I already hit, right? Yeah. There we go. Ooh, can I get there in time? 8 minutes. I don't know. Can try. There's another boss up here. That's the Hjorn I think I already hit. No, I think... So I'll just have to keep an eye on that one then. You saw one of your team students. Have you seen Neil's Elrond? Faramir. Neil's Elrond is pretty nuts. See, is there another boss up here for Gandalf? That one's out of range, I already checked it. This one should be in range. Yep. Alright, let's go ahead and hit that. Where was it? This one. I really should have Elks for this, but... Yeah, he has the nasty Celeborn too. I'll show you So this is my Elrond. So Neil's looks kind of like this. He has the same elven white knife. I think he runs a Ranger Shroud. He might run something else. Either way, it's fully refined. He has a fully refined Aegis Hunter's Guide. And I think he runs a Tooth. A TM Tooth, yeah. So it's basically this Elrond, except everything is fully refined, minus the Tooth, of course. And Respect 24. Let's see, she did not get there in time. No. Oh well. That was kind of a long shot on that boss anyway with that march. Out of range, out of range. Yeah, I don't think they're any more in range of my base. Nope. I don't even know why I brought like an actual pather. I only needed to take one tile. Could have taken one tile with my siege guys. And a lot of these... I mean, these I could come take. I don't know how this tile's not taken. Maybe I can send Faramir to go take it or something. I'd rather somebody else take it though. Like, I just don't need the farm at this point. My economy is good to go. Dwalin. I do know that Neil did lose to a Dwalin, but it was like full gold R25 frenzy. Which that's just so gross to me that, like, you would think that Elrond would be one of the best commanders to use against damage dealers, since he has so much upfront burst and just so much damage in general. You know, like classically high burst has been what counters damage dealers, but with Frenzy, maybe not. Frenzy is just crazy. Let me copy link. Drop it into Discord. This one. Say. There we go. That way people can come watch the stream after the fact and try to get the secrets. I don't think we have any actual map pins besides this. So at least this time I won't be giving away map pins and stuff. People can see fortress locations, but you can just use your eyeballs for that. You don't have to watch a stream to see where fortresses are. And forts and bases and stuff. Not really a big deal. People know where those are. What do I need more of? This barracks is such a mess. Actually, I know what I need more of. I know. Need more of those dudes. Especially now that I'm about to get a bunch, hopefully, get a bunch of gold this weekend. Might as well stock up. No secret plans. We have the most secret plan, man. Actually, I feel like diplomacy on this server has been... Is it from Always Sunny in Philadelphia, that meme? The conspiracy meme where the guy has like the conspiracy wall and he's freaking out. That's what this server has felt like in a nutshell, to be honest. But no, nothing super secret. We're just a bunch of backstabbers, right? Ungo in time, just backstabbers, man. That's the word on the street, at least. Good song. Let's see. I should move these guys up. I actually don't know if without war buff, I don't think just 2 siege guys is gonna be enough. Guess we'll find out. Let's see, is there still a boss over here? Nope. I think the one that was in range is dead. However, here's another little tip for bosses. They seem to spawn in the same general area. So if you look around your forts, let's say like right now, when they've just spawned, and you see which areas they spawn in, those are the forts that you'll want to send your boss farming commanders to next time they spawn. It's not 100%, but a lot of the time they spawn in the same areas. No Mega Alliance yet. Yeah. I think it's a case of everybody's waiting to see what everybody else does. Kind of a deal. In case I need to hit with him. Let's see what this guy has. I would rather not hit with Faramir. I think alliances are going to start happening soon, though. That's my opinion. I don't know if they will, but I think now that fighting is happening, teams are getting a better gauge of other teams' true strengths. Whereas prior to the fighting happening, it was just like, yeah, you know, we've heard these guys are strong, but like, what does that actually mean? And I think the IRSS Dino fight and the UTTP, I can't talk tonight. The UTTP Chaos fight. I think those 2 fights also showed that this server is so close in terms of team strength that nobody can win it alone. Right? Because, like, you guys were down at this crossing for like 2 days, 3 days, something. Like a long freaking time. And it was just back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And Chaos and UTTP, I mean, neither side made it like more than 20 tiles on either side of this crossing. It was just back and forth and back and forth. You know, normally one fight doesn't last multiple days in this game. You know, in like one specific spot. So I think people are going to realize that they're going to have some help. What do you have? Grima and Arwen. Alright, well hopefully he's not active. We'll send the baby siege in first. T1 dwarves. Infinite stalemate, yeah. It would have either been an infinite stalemate or just like people would start getting bored. You know, at least that's my experience with leadership, is if you're asking people to fight in the same exact spot over the same 20 or 30 tiles for days and days and days and days, you know, initially it's fun because you have a full barracks, you have full resources, you have full stamina, like your morale is high, right? You're like, oh man, you know, we're gonna freaking kill these dudes. But then as it drags on and on and on, like you're gemming through your apothecary, now all of a sudden your barracks is empty, your resources are empty, your commander levels aren't going anywhere because PvP sucks for experience. You're not mocking because all your ability points are going into gathering. You're not sweeping because you don't even have troops to sweep usually. Like, you know, people just get burnt out on that after like 4 or 5 days. So I think it would have also come down to whichever side just kind of lost the will to fight first. Let's see. Well, unfortunately, GTW's out of stamina. I need to sweep these mobs, though. I'll send this guy, my commander here in a minute. Well, he probably knows what a dwarf siege commander looks like. I'm gonna send it to him. A mad fight here tomorrow or soon. What is here? Oh, this is our border with UTTP. Well, not ours. Chaos is there. It might be more interesting next time, though. Next fight. I actually hadn't looked at this part yet. So I would think that UTTP, they would have the advantage right here. For a couple reasons. A, this is not chaos-controlled territory, which means they don't get the 10% damage reduction. I don't think. I would imagine they don't. Whereas this side is UTTP territory, so they will have the 10% reduction, but also they're literally right on top of this in terms of relocations. I wonder if they're going to try to come for this crossing. But then you have the same... Oh no, because this is still neutral too. Maybe that's the play for them. Maybe they come through the tunnel, go across this crossing. But then how do you get out? Maybe they don't care about getting out. I don't know. Because by the time you get to this crossing, now you're in the opposite situation. Where Chaos is on top of the crossing in their own territory, and you're not. Anyways, I should go back to sieging this guy. Hopefully. I should actually be disciplined. 51. Because I don't want to lose all my siege. Ooh, another boss chest. Bada boom. The 10%, I believe, it is for all of your own kingdom's territory. I believe. Actually, we can probably check it from a report earlier. So guy hit me here and here. It doesn't matter. I think this was in our own territory. Let's check. Nope. Darn. Well, we can check that if it's not there. Look at this one. Actually, I don't remember which part of the thing it's in. I think it's in The one above pre-battle. Yeah, I don't see it here. However, I think this... No, that was the same one. Darn. I don't know if I've taken a fight on home territory today. Unless these sweeps count. Like any of these sweeps that I did earlier. Is this one on our territory? East Emnet, no. Yikes. Some of these mobs had to have been, right? Actually, I don't know if this one was because, of course, one of these days I will find one. I've been sweeping mobs all over the place. Is this one? Okay, that one was. That was Radagast. Rada fighting Theoden. I found one. This one, right? Although I also don't know if it activates against mobs or not. So it might not. I don't know. I thought it was all territory. Maybe it's not. Alright. You can siege. Ring fights are more interesting. Yeah, I think it could be. Because I think what you could do now, if you wanted to have a ring duel, you know, each side picks one cardinal direction. Because there's pretty clear north, south, east, west entrances. Well, more like southeast, northeast, northwest. I think it's this one. No, it's this one. Yeah, so it'd be those four. These two crossings and these two tunnels. So really what you could do is you could just pick either north versus south or east versus west. And then just, you know, fight it out, and whoever clears the other person's side first wins. Would probably be a pretty fair way of doing it. You can siege. You can siege. These will hopefully be far enough apart that if he does decide to wake up, I can recall. Getting close to our fortress. Awkward. Where was our fortress? It's down here, right? That's not that close. I mean, I guess you could get it pretty quick, get there pretty quickly, but unfortunately GTW does not have stamina. That also could have been super bad because I was not paying attention to the siege hits. Much time? 25, so I need an hour and a half to even walk on top of the fortress. And what causes your wrists to be sore? Am I like finally getting carpal tunnel or something? From spending my entire life as a gamer slash IT guy. Probably spent more of my life clicking a mouse than not clicking a mouse at this point. Should maybe get one of those braces. Need a doctor. Alright, Mr. Dude. Where is my other daily mob here? I assume Gala can take it. So I used to, for a little while for work, I had one of those thumb ball mice. And I should maybe get another one of those for work. I would never use that for gaming, I don't think. I feel like it would just be terrible for gaming. But it was actually really nice once I got used to it. It was actually really nice for work. Because you're not moving your wrist around at all. You're just chilling. And there's something about like the joint in your thumb, you know, is made to move around like this like crazy, whereas your wrist isn't really supposed to be. The other really bad habit that I have is I'm a wrist mouse mover. I move it like this. I'm pretty sure you're supposed to move it with your elbow if you're gonna move your mouse without your thumb. So maybe I should also just work on that. A vertical mouse. Interesting. What's a vertical mouse? I don't think I've heard of that before. Well, this is like the first time it's happened too. So I don't know, maybe it's just a fluke. It's only like 2%. Yikes. Let's reinforce him. How's GTG doing over here on this one? I haven't paid attention to it. Only 100k. Yikes. He's out of stamina. There's no bosses here. So I guess I just sweep a mob. Maybe I just need to take more breaks too. Like, I don't know, this season start has just been crazy. Like, I'll be at my work desk and I'll have my iPad there with my keyboard for Discord. And then I'll have my phone for the actual game. And of course, work stuff. So I'm going from like one mouse and keyboard to an iPad keyboard to my phone. I don't know, it's just... I have no life, basically, is what I'm trying to say. And that probably does not help the situation. Shape to position your hand so your palm is facing inward instead of downward. Oh, wait. So like your hand would be like this, kind of? Maybe I should just look it up real quick. Let's see. Vertical mouse. Images. Oh, that is funky. Huh. Interesting. That's weird looking. It's like kind of like a shark fin. Or like a dolphin fin shape. And so you would hold it like this. And then I guess that probably makes it a lot harder to do wrist movement. You'd probably really have to do elbow movement way more. Like it would probably kind of force you into that habit. That's kind of what it looks like. 1%, bruh. Bruh. Anyone bored over here want some free friendly prestige? Yes. Too bad I don't have stamina because the answer is yes. Ooh. Ooh. Bane in World Chat wants board PvP. Nah, I think he's legit. I think he's being fine about it. I don't think he's trying to scam anybody. Yeah, maybe I'd have to try that for work. There was a guy I worked with a while ago that had, it was like a big ball. So it was on like this rectangular platform. I don't know what you'd call it, platform. So it's like a rectangular box, sort of, but you know, kind of thin. And then it had a big red ball in the middle that you would use with your fingers. And then there was the clickers down here. That was actually super good resources. I'm rich. What can I build now? What do I even need to build now? I'm not even recruiting chariots yet. That's not very expensive. None of this stuff really is. Don't even need those right now. First world problems, I guess. I don't even know what's left to build. Spend it all on something useless, yeah. I mean, at this point, basically all the buildings are useless. Like, I'm probably not recruiting dunes. I'm probably not recruiting evil men. I have the buildings that I need. I've got dwarves for Dwalin and Siege. I've got reapers for GTW. I've got elves for Elrond. Like, right there is my PvP. I do need to upgrade the swan buildings some more, I guess. Technically. Let's drop those. Actually, I can drop this one too. Don't need that. Drop that. This one can stay. I could come take the 260 though. But one thing, no Alks. No. I mean, I guess I could for Siege, but I wouldn't use them. I don't think I'd use them on anybody else. I just don't know who I would use them on. That's the reason I skipped them. See if there's any flipping I can do over here. Because that's a lot of random tiles. Send Elro here. Bow Knights are quick. Where are my Katas? Katas are quick. I feel like I can pull... Actually, I should pull Dunes off of her. Just give her Heralds. That'll be a more useful unit for her anyway. I would think. Be here in 10 minutes. Ooh, I want to know what the fight... I want to see what the fight looks like. And who else is coming over here? Oh, Kiev. Kiev with her big whale commander. Let's see, actually I should do the math on that. Alks probably are better. I'm just so used to the dwarf siege. Actually, I have an easier way of doing the math. These guys. How can I see? Oh, they have 40 siege and Elks are like what, 66? Something like that. Yeah, but they're more expensive too, though, right? I don't know, maybe it's worth it. And I could do it. Like, I'm getting to the point. I'd probably want to finish my swan building first, because I really need the swan building. Faramir has inspired me. 10, what are your thoughts on good purple gear? He definitely needs unique. Mirkwood bow, ranged might, horseman's helm, resolve, or trappers with madness, fireworks with pursuit. Actually, I think that's what's on my Faramir now. Yeah. So, that, but with purple bow. That was probably the much easier way of explaining it. Just, yeah, do that, but put the purple bow. I actually found a big flaw with Faramir earlier, and it made me sad. And so I don't know if I'm going to use him. I don't know if I have any good Faramir reports so far. But I'll show you what made me very sad. So this fight, right, I have Aegis, but I'm dumb because I didn't turn my brain on and realize this only affects troops. Right? And this Sauron, yep, Ring of Terror. Let's go to round 1. Activates ranges of Bethilion, 19,000 damage to his own cataphracts. Activates this skill, 14,000 damage to Guardians. Standard attack hits Guardians. At least it didn't hit the Arbs. That would have been even worse if it hit the Arbs. And then round 2, he at least armed escorted. But that's super low damage anyway. And then normal attack. So that's what, like 4 or 5 attacks, and all of them hit his own army. That's just a big ouchie. Yeah. So I'm like legitimately considering the idea. I just put this on him right now for farming and stuff. Like I'm legitimately considering the idea that Resolve Helm might be his best helm. Like no troll. Because you could use Determination, but then his army doesn't have madness resistance. So like he's kind of unique in the aspect that he needs madness resistance and his army needs madness resistance. Yeah, I mean that gear would work for him. Yeah. That gear would work. Yeah, it's a trade-off. So one idea would be you just accept the fact that you're going to lose madness fights and you just still run either the Hysteria Trappers or optimally the Aegis Hunter's Guide. Oh, sorry, not the Hysteria Trappers. Oh, yeah. Run Hysteria Trappers or Aegis Hunter's Guide, and you're still just going to lose madness fights. The Hunter's Guide will help mitigate your own troop madness, which is still pretty huge. Or you sacrifice the +3 attack to help in the madness fights at the expense of other fights. I feel like I said that's super convoluted. Option A, purple helm, make everything immune to madness. You're better against madness, worse against everything else. Option B, you use Aegis or a Trappers for the attack, and you're better in anything that doesn't have madness, but then you're weaker against madness. And option B is probably better, because there aren't that many, especially if you have the Aegis Hunter's Guide, there's not that much Commander Madness, right? It's Grima, Sauron, and Isildur, I think, are the only sources of Commander Madness. But it's still just somewhat of an awkward situation. But, I mean, everybody has their counters, right? So, just is what it is. Uh-oh. Is she okay, hun? Uh-oh. Ruh-roh. My daughter has an ear infection. And it's been a rough... See, when did it start? Today is Friday. So I don't know exactly when it started, but it was discovered, at least that something was wrong yesterday. I took her temperature at preschool, and her temperature was 102. And so yesterday when my wife picked her up, they were like, yeah, she's got a temperature, you know, she's not feeling good. So she's going to have to stay home tomorrow. Then today, like last night, she was just really miserable. Today she was really miserable. We ended up calling the pediatrician, taking her in, and that's when he looked in her ear and was like, yep, she got an ear infection. Oh, thank you, Mr. or Admiral Rex. She has antibiotics now, so another day or two should be looking up, hopefully. But a sick 2-year-old is definitely no joke. Because spoiler alert, they can't tell you what's wrong. In case people didn't know that. Alright, Celeborn. You can go be a Pather. I don't know, whatever. I'll just put Katas on him. We're just going to be taking crappy tiles anyway. Hello, Heather. I feel like I recognize that name, and I'm pretty sure you're an Ungo. Maybe, but I don't remember. You're either an Ungo, or you're the lady that made the guide on the chapter, season start chapter guide thing. I think one of the two. Hopefully one of those two is correct. Kitty, aha! Okay. Well, nice to see you here, Kitty. There's a small chance that you are coming in at the premature end of the stream. Because it's looking like my daughter wants to watch TV in the family room, which is straight that way. And I'm guessing the hope would be that she'll fall asleep on the couch. And if I'm in here talking, that may not happen. We'll give it a couple minutes and see, so. Let me message my wife and we'll just let her know. If you need me to stop streaming, just let me know. Don't want to keep Esther awake. We'll see what she says. We'll give it a few minutes and see what she says. Drop, 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 drop. I think I had all the bosses that I could for now. I have a couple more that should be coming in. Much more gold than last weekend. So I think I can go ahead and max out Swans. Boom. So 2 weeks in, this is why bosses are worth it, by the way. I have not sold blue gear. Promise. I'm not cheating. I mean, not that it's cheating. But Swans maxed. Cataphracts maxed. Reapers maxed. Half Trolls maxed. Guards of the Tower maxed. So those are like all of GTW's troops right there for the rest of the season are maxed. Unless I end up needing to run dunes on him, which I don't think I'll have to. So he's like good to go in terms of gold on the troops that he'll be using. Sentinels are really low priority, honestly. Like, you're gaining a 50% extra chance to avoid one attack, and it's gonna get dunked on by pursuit anyway. Like, Bow Knights are pretty low priority on Giant Slayer, although maybe not in this campaign. There's probably a lot of people running Chariots soon, with how many Khaldoons there are running around. Let's see. The bedroom. So yeah, hopefully if I'm really diligent on bosses, by the end of this weekend, I'll be good to go on all my troops. Because all I have left, I think, are Guardians and the 3 Elf troops. I also want to do like Great Beasts or something later on down the road. But I don't know if I'm not going to be using Faramir. I did want to try him against Sunni though. I wanted to try Great Beast Faramir versus Sunni with Arbs and Snipers. I thought that would sound pretty decent. Who is this? Oh, this guy's awake. What's he doing? Is he just sending like one command armies for people to waste stamina on? Not sure why else he would be going over there. Well, while tiles drop, let's check out some of the fronts. So not much has happened over here. I think home has actually cleaned up a little bit. At least of the random red tiles that are running around. And then this front, IRSS was winning very considerably earlier. Well, it looks like home pushed them back a little bit. But what about this side? You said West. I love that episode of SpongeBob, by the way. East? I thought you said West. So home is definitely trying to fight back, but no offense to them, unfortunately, I think they're slightly outmatched. Oh, look at that. Speaking of war chariots, so maybe bow knights will be worth leveling up the large unit thing. Didn't even get the message. How do I say this delicately? Get out of East Mnet. Yeah, we're not supposed to be in East Mnet anymore. Maybe I need to make a more blatant announcement. Oh, I think I say that. Am I actually in East Mnet technically over here? No, that's the Wold. Uh-oh. And then... yeah, UTTP gained these two territories. Now they're pushing here. How far have they gotten? I should probably set diplomacy up here. It's actually super nice. You can set it just to watch fronts. That way you don't have to click on all these tiles. How do you even get to the keep now? There's some new bug where sometimes roads disappear. Like, to have roads down here, and we were trying to figure out how to get to Barad-dûr on the new map. Yeah. The roads are gone. Anyway, we were trying to figure out how to get there on the new map. And people were confused, and some guys like, just follow the roads, duh. And we're like, what roads? There's no roads. Well, it turns out there's some bug where sometimes roads disappear, so. But other than that, there hasn't been too much fighting so far on this server. But hopefully it will get more and more spicy as we go. Yeah, of course the dog opened the doors to the family room. Of course. Oops. What was Gandalf doing? Oh, he was still coming home from the boss. Let's see, can he mock again yet? Yup. Oh, speaking of that, I should have done this before I was sweeping and stuff. Oh well. I really, really like the new Fellowship store. For sure. It's nice to just know that you're going to be getting goodies. Even though I think, like, the resource boost, it's slightly less. But not that much. And it's not random. So consistent, in a consistency's sake, it's probably about the same. But the guaranteed relocation is the most clutch thing, honestly. It is slightly less treatment as well, but again, it's guaranteed versus before it was not. So... oh. Unfortunately, I do think I'm going to have to call it slightly early. Not that there was too much going on anyway, but let's see what Admiral Ruck said. Buy everything out of satisfying. Yes, exactly. The only thing I would change at this point, I would just love a buy all button. Just one click, just buy it all because I do it every single time. Since I have a stupid amount of contribution from sweeping, and oh, speaking of donating, I need to donate too. But yeah, my daughter is hopefully about to fall asleep on the couch, which unfortunately means my wife's gonna have to sleep on the couch. Because if she gets up, I guarantee my daughter is gonna follow her. It's gonna be a very unfortunate night for her. So, with respect to them actually hopefully falling asleep soon and having as decent of a night as possible, I'll go ahead and call it here. I appreciate you hanging out, Mr. Rex and Kitty and everybody else. Hopefully this week we'll have some actual PvP and fighting. I'll be able to stream like more than flipping tiles and hitting bosses. Well, thank you, Admiral Rex. I hope she feels better too. I'm glad it's just an ear infection. They did flu test and COVID test. Both of those were negative. That was a huge relief. We were very glad that it was not COVID. That would have been horrible. But yeah.